personally felt that Shivaji Maharaj was a very personal form of motivation for all the kids that I had studied with, specifically because we were from Maharashtra, because it was here in this state that it started from, and all the people of this particular state have this strong emotion, strong faith, strong gratefulness towards this amazing leader. So I would say there were some principles that I was actually swayed off my feet off with when I read them. Some of them were the dedication he had towards his people. It was so phenomenal to experience, to read that this one person had all the love in his, and all the care and all the protection that he could have in his heart for all the people that lived under him, and that lived in the ring of his empire. And it was so beautiful to witness him being careful about each and every life, and he was always aiming towards a better society, and aiming towards the betterment of people and the thought processes. And it was very, very inspiring to observe that in the first place. Moving ahead, as I grew up, I felt Shivaji Maharaj is nothing now but an very powerful aura. That is something I feel, because when I was at National Youth Parliament, I had the honor of representing Maharashtra, and so when they announced the winner, so I went on the stage to take my prize, and that is when all the candidates from Maharashtra, they stood on their chairs, and they, on the top of their lungs, they screamed Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj ki jai. And it was such a phenomenal moment. For 1 second, I felt that the history has turned pages, and all the zeal, all the enthusiasm that his people back then had for this person, it still exists. It still exists within each one of us. And the actual miracle that I felt was after that, when not just the Maharashtra team, but the entire audience in the people in the audience stood up, and they chanted again the same thing, that Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj ki jai. And it was such a powerful feeling. It was remembering someone who made success so beautiful for all of us. Now, moving ahead, I feel like for the lifespan of 37 years that this great leader existed on our planet, he has impacted every individual, every youngster, every life on this area with such enthusiasm and such zeal and such positivity that I have very seldom seen in other historical happenings. And moreover, the things that actually attracted a youngster's brain towards his principles were his absolutely uncompromising nature for his beliefs, and the impeccable intolerance he had towards crime. Because we see that justice is something that is very important to every person who has been through something that is not correct, or some kind of crime. So basically the thing is, the delivering form of justice back in his time was so proper and so fast that not one single person in his ring felt unprotected or felt that he is in danger, because he always knew that there is someone, there's a great leader who's constantly helping them be the people they want to be, and who's constantly taking care of them, which was a beautiful, beautiful effort. And if you actually look at his planning and structure of running a area, you will see that everything from his revenue structure to his strategies to protect his people, to the way he portrayed forest conservation, to the way he brought out agriculture to people, the amazing architect that he was, because the forts that he built back in that time about 300 plus years ago are beautiful today too. And I read this in some article that the stone stairs that he used in those forts are still fresh, and they're not damaged at all. And it's beautiful to witness an architecture lasting so long, so beautifully, and standing so strong. It definitely shows that it required a huge amount of planning for this leader. And I personally feel that he was not just a mass leader, but he was a master in politics, because all the peace treaties that this leader signed were the examples of how small observations in his plannings led to these amazing successes that he had in his life. Now, I would also say that he has caused an impact over the youngsters for over a span of 300 plus years, which is a very huge time. And I think this will keep happening because somewhere he was not just a leader, he was an aura, he was a presence, and now he exists within every statue, within every person that has ever gone through what he has done and what his thought processes and principles were. And I feel that that leader is still alive in the brains and hearts and minds of these people who have actually read about him and who are inspired by him. Now, what lesson did I as a youngster learn from all of the things that I read about him? I feel that the only and the biggest lesson that Shivaji Maharaj taught us was that he just did not have dreams. He had a vision. He had the passion to accomplish those dreams, and along with that, he had a meticulous planning every time. And I feel that we all, as youngsters or even as young adults, we all have this a combination of all of these things would certainly lead to something that cannot stop you from achieving anything in this world. And I personally feel this is very importantly because many of us have very big dreams, but then when it comes to exhibiting it in a particular form or planning accordingly, somewhere we hold back or we fall back, and that is something that is holding us from what we can say becoming great. So I feel that that is the biggest lesson I could take away from the whole chapter that was based on Shivaji Maharaj back in my history textbook. And I just feel that the way he communicated his dream of achieving Swaraj and the way he put all his efforts in his people and the way he believed in himself is a very big teaching. And actually he never actually taught anything to anyone. It was just people who observed how this person lived his life and how this person inspired millions without actually putting an effort to inspire people, and just living his life according to his principles and his own faith and dreams and passion. And that is what I feel that every youngster should take away from this amazing leader. And that is how I feel that he is going to be alive in the hearts of each and every one who today are learning and reading about him. So with that, I'd like to end myself. Thank you.
Shweta, thank you very much. Probably the version what you use to present your views, many of the youngsters like you would be very easily able to relate to your views. So I believe the impact, definitely have a difference between a professional, which was the speaker before, and the youngster like you. So probably both the versions does definitely appeal to a larger society audience, so that the principles as established and taught by Shivaji Maharaj can effectively be used, not just because one needs to be a proud Maharashtrian, or one need to be calling himself as a proud Maratha, but the principles what he established is for the humankind. So for this reason, so definitely we all have a reason now to read more about the principles as established by Shivaji Maharaj, and both the speakers, Shweta Umre as well as Pratap Sinasa. So thank you very much for your sessions this morning. So dear participants, I also thank you for joining us this morning and to join us in paying a tribute to Shivaji Maharaj, and follow our Facebook page and like our Facebook channel, so your YouTube channel, so that you can catch up with this kind of videos live and faster. So for this, with this, I thank you all for the session this morning. Have a good day.